So today we have Robert Kiyosaki in the Bitcoin talks, and he made a tweet. He said that he invested $100,000 and basically did a little flex at the end of it. But Robert Kiyosaki is a full-on entrepreneur, a serial entrepreneur, man. Wrote Rich Dad Poor Dad, has his own podcast. He talks about all the things. He doesn't talk about stock market. He doesn't believe in the stock market. But he talks about everything you will need to know in order to get rich. If you have heard of him, great. If you haven't, that is not good at all, because him and Donald Trump wrote a book years and years and years ago, before Donald Trump got into politics. And I believe that they're still friends still to this day. He doesn't necessarily be around Donald Trump anymore because he's in the political game, but he is a teacher, and his experience and everything that he's been going through teaches people how to become rich and not poor. You know what I'm saying? So the rich dad was the one that was an entrepreneur. He worked for himself. And the poor dad was the teacher, the one that believed in the college system. And honestly, his poor dad got into debt because all of the college bills, and he believed in the system of working a job, working a 9 to 5, and he never became rich. So the rich dad was the one that, was telling. It's basically that's the basis of the story. It's more to the book. I have the book myself. Man, I read it. I read it, and I still read it to this day. It's a great book. And I, would love for you guys to find out more information on Robert Kiyosaki and everything that has going on with that, man. So we're in the future, and all of the tech I am putting you guys onto, not even putting you onto, but all the things that I'm using, which is my Apple Watch. I will get a Google Watch. I will get more watches. I'm into the watch game as far as like to check my health. I don't have to pull out my phone just to look at my notifications and my text messages, missed calls. I can go right to my Apple Watch and look to see what's going on. I can see the time. I can go hit translate right now. I can look at my percentage on my Apple Watch. I can use my Apple Watch as a investment, and it's an asset to my life because I work in construction currently, and eventually I'll be running my own business with my detailing company. And also, I don't have time to, if I'm washing a car, I won't have time to pull out my phone to say hello anymore. I have to go hit my watch, check to see who's calling, won't miss any calls, won't miss any emails. So it's a lot that's going on with that. And my Google Watch is going to be the watch that I use to take control of my Google accounts, which is my YouTube. And I'm looking at so many different apps, man, and you guys won't even understand. You know what I'm saying? But with all that being said, get you something that you can put on your watch or your wrist, and you can take control of not missing emails, not missing text messages. You're always there for your family. You find out the alerts right then and there. You always keep up with the time, and you can customize your watch to do whatever. So, into this article, Bitcoin to 1 million. Rich Dad Kiyosaki says he's ready. All right. Robert Kiyosaki, the author behind Rich Dad Poor Dad, put more skin in the Bitcoin game on July 1st. He spent over $100,000 in a single trade to pick up the whole Bitcoin. Instead of sitting on the sidelines, he chose to put his money where his mouth is. Bold bet Bitcoin. According to Kiyosaki's tweet, he snapped up one Bitcoin BTC at about $106,784. He said he'd rather suck than be a loser. I don't think they can say sucker, so they put suck. But anyways, He'd rather suck than be a loser by missing out. Bitcoin is sitting just above 100,000 right now, but Kiyosaki thinks that it could climb much higher. He's been warning followers for years that a new wave of growth is coming and that his asset might one day hit 1 million mark. And I actually have the whole entire tweet, so let me get into this tweet real quick. Y'all just bear with me. So this is what he said on Twitter or X. Bought another Bitcoin today. So he said another, so he has multiple. Anyways, I realized I could be wrong and a sucker. Would not be the first time in my life I played for a fool. Yet I believe Bitcoin will one day soon be 1 million or a coin. If I am a sucker, I'd rather be a sucker than a loser if Bitcoin does go to 1 million. Nobody likes being suckers or losers, yet that is what makes life exciting. Think for yourself, do not listen to my ramblings. I can afford to lose $100,000 because I have been a sucker and a loser many times in my life and learn from my losses. That's life. That's called wisdom and experience, which can be priceless. Take care. So I feel like that is a flex. He says that he can afford 100K. He can afford to lose 100K because I've been a sucker and a loser many times in my life. And last life, that's called wisdom experience, which can be priceless. Take care. That is a flex. He's not even trying to flex. You know what I'm saying? So I just love what's going on in the world of, all these entrepreneurs and the ones that talk about financial literacy are now getting into the Bitcoin race. I feel like Ethereum is going to hit those 706,000. If y'all haven't seen that video, I believe that it will be all of these coins are going to be worth millions of dollars one day. It's proven that Bitcoin is just going to keep going up and up. You know what I'm saying? So I don't use X, so I won't recommend you to go on X anytime soon. So we just read what he said. All right, now back to this article. Chasing the $1 million mark. Based on reports, going from roughly $106,784 to 1 million means about 830% growth. That's a huge jump. Kiyosaki first floated this $1 million idea back in 2021, projected it could arrive by 2030. Ooh. So in 5 years, you think that Bitcoin can be $1 million? Wow, that's crazy. He told his audience to do their own homework, reminding them that he might be wrong. Still, he framed his move as a risk worth taking rather than living with regrets. Voices from the market. Other big names share his optimism. Binance Japan Zeo thinks Bitcoin could top 1 million in the current cycle if rally stretches out. January 3rd, CEO Samson Mao predicts Bitcoin will hit the 1 million mark, steered by nation state adoption, ANX sovereign debt issuance. ARK Investments' Kathy Wood gives a base case of 1.5 million by 2030 and even teases a 2.5 million scenario if things really heat up. I mean, they talking about it, man. They are really talking about this stuff hitting $1 million now. And you would be a fool not to get in. If I had $100,000 to put in, I will be putting in right now. You know what I'm saying? I would, but I don't have the money right now. You know what I'm saying? But one day, I'm going to get into the race. I don't care if it's 200, 300. I'm getting in to buy me a Bitcoin and watch it grow. You know what I'm saying? No cap. Despite the chorus of bullish calls, a good number of traders view the current price as steep. Some say the top crypto assets trading at a premium around 106,700, while others call it a steal before the next surge. The mix of views keeps the debate alive. Kiyosaki's move is more than a personal gamble. It sparks fresh talk about how far Bitcoin can go. It also shines a light on the growing role of the big investors and public figures in shaping market mood. When someone with decades of experience takes a stand, it catches attention. Always, Kiyosaki ends with a reminder to think for yourself. He urged people to weigh the pros and the cons instead of blindly copying his play. Whether Bitcoin soars to 1 million or stalls along the way, his bold buy will be one to watch. And I feel like guys that have influence and are, you know, they're big in entrepreneurship. I think those guys have a lead, and I feel like they have, you know, a say so. If, let's say, for example, if Donald Trump spends $100,000 on a Bitcoin right now, I believe that the Bitcoin will go up. You know what I'm saying? I really do. I really believe the Bitcoin will go up because, you know, if you don't know politics and certain things that happen in the stock market are drawn from political, like the tariffs or the bombings that happen in Israel, you know, Iran. You know, you got so much stuff that's going on with the robots and Tesla, you know, leading the way, Nvidia hitting 2.3 trillion a month, you know, it's so many things out here that can, you know, lead the way for Bitcoin to reach that number. And you have all of these billionaires talking about, you know, Bitcoin being the next thing to be $1 million. Will it be worth $1 billion one day? I believe so. It will take time. If they're saying in 5 years or 6 years that it will be at 2.5 million, we are missing out on Bitcoin. And who's to say that, you know, Ethereum isn't going to get to that level as well? So we also just got to pay attention to what's going on in the news. You know, politics plays a role. Everything that happens with anything, what happens, what's going on, or somebody says this, or Warren Buffett comes out and says this, Bill Gates come out and say that, Elon Musk comes out and says this, Kathy Woods comes out and says that. Like, everything is going to play a role. So I feel like it will hit 1 million. I feel like it will. Do I have the money? I don't. I really don't. But I will be rich. I will become rich very soon. And I've already plotted my way to my detailing company. Now it's about making my music, releasing my music, and just, you know, just monetizing my life. And you should do the same, because if we're depending on one stream of income, it is not going to help us at all. This isn't the day and age. This isn't 1950 and the 40s, like, where, you know, you had a job, you was making money, that was great. You know, this isn't that time. This time around, in this generation, you have people in their 18, 19, 20s, early 20s, rich. Cassinet, I Show Speed. You know, then you got Mr. Beast. I feel like he will be another public figure that will have a say-so in the stock market later on in his life as he gets older. That's just my prediction. You know, I could be wrong, but I know that I'm right, honestly, because he is definitely somebody that's going to control what's going on. We're all going to get old. We're all going to get older. I'm going to be in my 40s. I'm going to be in my 50s, and I'm going to be on these articles talking about certain things. I'm not going to just stay super rich JL where I'm at now. I'm building my path to lead me into having $1 million Bitcoin, having a 706,000 Ethereum, and talking about it, rapping about it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like knowledge and information is the key to success. So if you don't know, now you know. You know, I'm not sitting here just talking. And you know, AI, artificial intelligence, is taking over. So, you know, I don't know, man. I feel like some of you guys that don't watch my videos, y'all are in trouble. Eventually I'm gonna write books. I'm gonna do certain things that's gonna help the world know what's going on for information. I'm not just gonna stick to just being an influencer, a rapper. I'm gonna talk about everything because it's important to know what's going on. So with all that being said, guys, make sure y'all reading, doing your best with the knowledge and information. Put God first. Take care of your family. Go get this money, you know, the right way. The illegal way, I don't condone it at all. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and get it, bro. Go run your own business. Take risk. The risk that I took, it led me into now I can run my own company. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I used to look at life like, how can I escape being a caged employee to now I'm running my own business. I'm making more money than the branch manager. At a certain point, have I got there yet? No, but I will, and I know I will because I believe in the risk that I took. And what they make in a week, I will be able to make that in a couple of hours. I guarantee you that. Washing 2 buses for $3,000. You put the math together. That's only 2. I can go from Virginia all the way to Atlanta. We can go wash a lot of buses, charge them at my rate. I've made 100,000 just washing buses, and not including cars and trucks and SUVs. So, solve problems, guys. It's all about solving problems. If you haven't heard about quality surveillance systems, you might want to pay attention, because Hakamo is going crazy. They're going to get the market for all the construction, all the prisons, all the homeland security, anybody, residential, commercial. They're going to get everybody on artificial intelligence, and you don't have to do anything. The cameras will dispatch the police for you if you are in trouble. So take heed to what I'm saying to you guys. I love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. And don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button. I haven't said that in a while. I'm an experienced YouTuber, and now it's time to get my views up. I know we will. I'm only here to just motivate people and give the information that people don't want to hear. All that being said, I'll see you on the next video. Stay blessed by the best. I love you guys. We out.